We're here joined by Ben today. Good, thanks for joining us in New York. So a lot of our viewers are from all across the country. So if you want to start by familiarizing them, I should say, with your shop and.
Sure. So my name is Ben Daitz. I'm the founder of Pang Kitchen. We have 6 locations here in New York City that we started in 2009. We opened one in Boston last year. Just trying to bring Southeast Asian flavors to the masses.
Very nice. So today specifically, we wanted to touch on collaborating because I know that that's an important part of your business model, I guess you can say, and how you view business in general. So let's start with the collaboration that you have going on with Sir Kensington. Can you tell us more about that?
Sure. So Sir Kensington is a young, disruptive, fun condiment brand. They do like ketchup, mayo, mustard, all kinds of different stuff. And so we're a young growing company. They're like a young growing company. I use a lot of their products at home. And I like to say that collaborations, like good ones, usually start with a healthy mutual respect. And so being a user of their products, and they're always in the shops eating our food, we thought, why not work together on something fun? So got together, and we're using their avocado mayo as a base, which is really cool. They actually take the pits of avocado, extract oil from it, and it's super healthy, really flavor-forward stuff. So I'm using that as a base, and then I'm taking our flavor, like our Southeast Asian flavor profile. So lots of lemongrass, Thai basil, and a couple of things I can't reveal yet. And we're coming together in Q1 of 2019, and we're going to create a special mayo, like a collab mayo between the two companies. And
so these are going to be used in your restaurant?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, we've never actually, all of our food comes with either chili mayo, a soy-based mayo, or a yogurt sort of sauce, and this is the first out-of-the-box sauce with somebody else. So
nice. So what would you say that process is like? Because, you know, collaborating, we spoke about this a little bit before, but collaborating with 2 brands sometimes can be a little difficult when you want to stay on brand with you know, your product. So can you go into how?
So like I said, I think it really starts with a healthy mutual respect of each other, right? If you don't have that, like, why would you want to work with them in the first place? So that's sort of the foundation of everything. And what's really fun about collaborations in general is when you're working really hard on building a company, you're sort of locked into these 4 walls and sort of hyper-focused on what you're doing. It's such a breath of fresh air to be able to reach out to somebody that you respect, say, okay, why don't we take both of our brands and put them together for a sec and see what comes of that. You know, every day you go in and you're like, how do I make my brand better? How do I make, but then to take a break and get someone else's perspective is a lot of fun. The process with them was super easy. It helps when they love our food to begin with, right? And they feel like we can do no wrong. But they actually sort of put it in my hands and said, you know, here's our SKUs of condiments. How can you make, you know, and sort of went upstate to my house in the woods, thought on it for the weekend, and came back with this sort of exotic herb situation that we're going to unleash on everybody.
So did you have like a ton of different ideas to start, or did you have to narrow it down to a specific one?
No, it pretty much came to me right away,
like, when it comes to that kind of stuff, like, I can probably do that with, like, clothes, you know? I'm like, oh, okay, cool, I can put this outfit together. But when it comes to food and flavor, like, how does that work in your brain?
It's kind of crazy because I think most people think that there's like a mad scientist situation going on in a kitchen. There's like ingredients flying everywhere. I actually don't do most of this stuff in my head without actually cooking anything. I just think I can sort of dream up and taste them in my head. I know this might sound crazy, but and then once I hone it down, it comes together in real life.
Great.
So, best work in the shower, by the way, in the morning.
Yeah. And so in terms of you know, future collaborations and where you want to go from here. Are there any other, I don't know if you want to mention specific brands, but just any other ideas for collaborations that you...
So just looking backwards for a sec, we have a huge history of charitable collaborations that I've done. Year we'll bring in either a lifestyle or celebrity. For example, we did a collaboration with Ad Rock from the Beastie Boys, who has a new book out, which is everybody should get. But it's a great way to have fun, raise some money, and give back. So we've done one a year for the past probably 6 or 7 years. Going forward, I have some definite ideas that I'm hatching up, and they're a little bit out of the food world. So the mixing of food brands with lifestyle brands and fashion brands, like you're seeing more and more of these worlds sort of becoming enmeshed. I've always thought about doing a hot sauce carrier, right, with our hot sauce on it, and you know which brands I'm talking about out there that would be great for, but things like that, you know, sort of mixing it up and having fun.
Nice. And did you say before that any of these would be available in that you were working on?
So the Sir Kensington collab will be available again in Q1 of 2019, exclusively at the Pang stores.
Right.
And then we are going to work on a part 2, which will be a bottled product available at all the different places where you can find Sir Kensingtons, which should be super exciting.
Great. Awesome. Yeah, I'm excited to try it. So if you also want to tell our viewers where they can find you, both location-wise and on social media.
Okay. So social media is I'm at Ben Daitz. The company is at Pang Kitchen on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And we have 6 locations sort of scattered around downtown Manhattan. 38th Street, 25th Street, Battery Park, Grand Central, Union Square, and then in Boston, the Prudential Center.
Cool.
So
are you planning on expanding elsewhere?
we're going to continue building out Boston,
and
then possibly go to another East Coast city. But while we're on the subject of collaboration, I did my best collaboration about 3 months ago when I collaborated with Janine and made a baby boy.
Oh, nice. That is the best collaboration.
So that's my finest work to date. So.
That's so nice. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining us today.